And now let's talk about, well, safety online. That seems to be a major conversation now with issues of accounts being hacked and all of that. We know that recently the media rights agenda has asked both the federal and the state government to take legitimate measures to safeguard the rights of online users, which of course includes everyone at this point. Financial transactions are carried out online, sales, communication, data, all of them are online. So let's find out, perhaps we can get some strategies of self-defense against cybercrime with Faith Shodipo, who is a software engineer, joining us virtually from the United Kingdom. Hi, Faith. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you for having me.
good to have you. So everything is online now. We know we should have passwords that are not common, but there's also a risk to that, which is that I might forget my password. We know transactions, especially your banking apps and all of that are online. We hear these things, but it does seem like there are also consequences if I want to be strict about being safe online. Where do I find a middle ground as an average user of all these apps?
Right, thank you very much for that. We know exactly what the world is turning into with the advent of technology. Everything is moving to the cloud. Digital assets are now being stored in the cloud. People are always on their phone, social media, churning out content every single minute. I just want to put this out that cybersecurity is estimated, or cybercrime is estimated at around 200 billion to affect the Nigerian economy. And if you look at the deeper picture of it, it spans across businesses, small businesses, large scale businesses, and also even individuals themselves. How do we then reach a middle ground? It's tough. At one point, we are looking at, for somebody that built systems like me, we're looking at accessibility for people to just be able to do things really easy. For example, if you want to transfer money from your bank account, we don't need you to be going through lots of processes. As much as we're trying to simplify processes, we also need to look at the consequence of this accessibility. So that is when things like 2FA comes in, that people know as two-factor authentication. Um, a good example of that is when you want to log in into your bank app, for example, allows you to be able to show your biometrics. That's some of the things that are put in measure to be able to protect these things. I would say again, everybody needs to be careful about the kind of content they put online, their information, their whereabouts. Uh, I've been in the cybersecurity industry for a while, and I've seen people getting traced down right from ancestry lineage due to the information they put online. That way, you can able to string. If you need to do anything to them, you're able to do anything to them with that information. I'm just saying that people need to be really conscious about the information they put online. If you're not going to give your ATM card to a stranger, if you're not going to give your house document to a total stranger, I think we also have to be careful the amount of content that we put online, which is seen by millions and millions of people.
Faith, I don't know, you're scaring me right now. Because you know that, I mean, there are people who take pictures because they want to put it online, make announcements because it's going online. How much should we put online? How much should we not? Because if you're talking about housing, a lot of people show their homes, they have new things online. Um, Graduation, school, my child has just graduated. You know, these things are just ways of expressing joy and sharing it. So how much should I put? How much should I not put? Because I'm really scared from what you said.
Well, what I would say is you're not going to stop people from putting out content. People definitely want to share their congratulatory moments. They want to share their happy moments. People go out, they put out content. Oh, this is where I am. But on a personal stand ground, I would say that less is more, less is better. Um, I'm just going to put it out there. There's a particular guy on TikTok. I know probably he does it for content, but I know that there's a bit of truth in what he does. He picks a random person pictures online, and then from the background, from the location and the artifact and the metadata of that picture, it's going to tell you where exactly you are, the streets you are, and it's going to tell you landmarks around that area. So if somebody is doing it for fun, how much more somebody that really, really wants to hurt the next person? So I'm just saying, less is more. There's some information that really don't need to get online. There's some information that you can share within your close circle. But with the advent of technology, everybody is impulsive to be able to share this information. What I'm just going to advise is we have to be careful, scrutinize things before you put them online. Look at the consequences of what you're trying to put online before you actually put them online. Because things that happen on the internet do not get forgotten. We've seen tweets of people getting dogged out from 10 years ago when they're trying to do something in the next step of their life. And they're like, well, this was you 10 years ago. So the more information we put out there, the more information people are able to build as a profile on top of us. So I would say less is actually better. Less is more.
But would that be bad business for social media, which has become a community and a place of expression and reducing loneliness for some individuals? Wouldn't that make all those social media now almost useless?
I have a theory. I discussed with fellow cybersecurity professionals and people that were in the same field together, building solutions and softwares and digital solutions for businesses and clients. And what I say is the part of the loneliness you mentioned, I strongly believe that if everyone can put out their phones, they would understand that there's more of physical connection out there, genuine connection, than what they're finding online. What they're finding online is just a temporary fix, to be fair. So the more they put out content online, the likes, the comment, you think that people really love you, but that's not the case. What you are doing is you are putting yourself in a very vulnerable space that people can be able to build profiles on top of you, like I said before. With that information, they know where you school, they know the work you do, they know what you're going to do next Sunday, which is really risky. I mean, Nigeria is a very good place. If it was some countries, that could be really, really, really detrimental to your safety. So I'm just saying that if you're going to do it, be very moderate with it. There's some information you can put online, definitely. And there's some information you must not or you should not necessarily put online. If you're not going to put them online, nothing is really going to happen. Except for people that are in content creation, of course, that have to churn out content. Except people that they make their livelihood on top of the internet, understandably so. But if you're just someone somewhere trying to get out of boredom and then you're putting up information online that much, it is really, really risky. And cybercrime is a very big deal. People don't know the consequence of it, but it's a really, really, really big deal.
Mm. At this rate, Faith, I'm just trying to imagine what your social media accounts look like.
Yeah, so I don't have to. I have Twitter, but I don't use it. I only go there for laughs, bit of scrolls. I try to reduce my screen time. Facebook, the last time I was on Facebook was like maybe 2012. For Instagram, I only have it on my phone. I have my friends sending me funny things on Instagram. That's about it. The only thing I use on LinkedIn, and I'm also careful of the information I share on top of the social media website as well. So that's really the profile, my social profile right now. It's a bit not so elaborate, but I'm trying to keep holding as much information as I can, just to be able to reduce that digital footprint in the future.
Okay, we'll take that as a suggestion of how we should handle our social media
Yes.
from you, Faith. Thank you so much for sharing that, Faith Sodipo. I'm wondering how you even came
Thank
on
you very
TV.
much.
I mean, at this rate of conservation. Well, thank you
This
so
is really important because we needed to sensitize people on the disadvantage of churning out too much content. I have to say, stay very safe online. And that's the reason why I'm here, making a wide call up to everyone to be careful of what they share on social media and on the internet.
All right, thank you for sharing. We appreciate that. Staying safe
Thank
online.
you.
Faith Sodipo is a software engineer. Thank you.
Thank you very much.